We are going live. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Hello.
So we'll give it a few minutes for everybody to jump on this morning.
Hey, Valera.
Good morning. Hey, Katrin. Good morning. Missed y'all too last night.
I know.
So it is a quiet morning. Before the storm. We are supposed to have rain here for like the next 7 days.
I know.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Not at all.
Good morning, everybody on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Next week, yes. So next week, actually, for knit night, I'm not for sure if we're going to have it or not. We might have to reschedule our podcast because we are going to be heading out of town next week.
I know.
For Estes Park Wool Market in Estes Park, Colorado.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
We looked at the weather yesterday, and the lows are going to be in the 50s.
I'm going to have to get my coat.
That's not cold. That's good.
Okay. Is it raining there?
It is going to rain, so we
okay,
probably
then
do
I'll
need
just
a
bring
coat.
my rain jacket.
Yeah. So we've got some exciting stuff to show you. We have something new. We have our new color set that's coming out in a week. It'll be probably shipped out before we leave, maybe, surely.
Oh yeah, probably, because I have it all done. It's just
so we're going to show you the new color set. We did show the ladies last night in Knit Night, so I'm so excited. Today is May 29th. In just a few days is going to be June.
I know.
Which kicks off my birthday month.
I know. We'll be doing something.
We're going to be doing something?
We usually do.
For my birthday?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here for my birthday.
No, but we usually do like a sale for June.
That's right. We do, don't we?
We do.
We'll see. So let's just show them since we're talking about the new colors. So this month, let's show them what May's is.
Okay, May with picking flowers.
Go in.
And so the May birthstone is the emerald, which is right here. And then we have malachite, smithsonite, dolomite, and pink sapphire.
I love them.
Picking flowers.
I'm actually working on a new design using those colors, and it's turning out so good. I'm so excited.
I am too.
I was really hoping that I would have it ready for today, but I didn't.
Lots going on.
I went out of town this weekend.
Yes.
I've been busy. So for June, my, growing up, my birthstone was purple. That's all I really knew. You just know like your birthstone's purple. But we were talking about birthstones and stuff. And I remember, and if my mom is watching, I don't know, I forgot to ask her if she remembers this, but I had this little bracelet, and I say a bracelet, it's more like a bangle, maybe not even, but it just kind of like went like this, and then it was open right here, and then it had like one little birthstone. Do you remember those?
Yes, I do.
So I had one, and I loved it. I mean, I wore it like all the time. Well, I remember, and so when my mom would go grocery shopping, so it was me, and then I have a brother and a sister. And my mom would make us all go grocery shopping with us. But sometimes, like my brother, he would stay and help my dad on the farm or whatever. And sometimes maybe just I went. But I remember coming home one day, and I didn't have my bracelet on.
Oh no.
I know. I was so upset.
Oh.
And so I think my mom took me back up there, and I walked around, and I looked and I looked and I looked. And I don't really remember how old I was.
Mm-hmm.
10, 12.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't remember. And we looked, and we couldn't find it.
Mm.
So we went home, and I remember that the store called and they found it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
I
wow.
was so happy. But so I remember my birthstone being purple, and I don't really know that I knew what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
So when Emily has been doing all of the color sets this year, and she was picking out colors, and a lot of months there will be different stones that represent that month.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the stones she found was moonstone. And I never knew that moonstone was a color for June. But pearl also was, and I think I
And
kind of
that's
knew
what,
that.
yeah, and that's what I always knew because my mom's birthday is in June, and so it's just always been pearl. Like
Pearl.
I never even
Knew
about the purple until we started doing this.
Yeah. So Emily was putting a set together that had moonstone. I was like, I really want purple in it. I really want the purple.
Yeah.
So here is alexandrite. And that looks like a lilac, but it's not. It is.
No, it's really a rich.
It's like a raspberry color.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And so we found a color that they were kind of getting inspired by, and it's like this beautiful rose with the dark green foliage. And so we are first going to add, and this one is Teffet. It is a very, very dark aubergine.
Yeah, like eggplant.
Eggplant.
I think. Yeah.
It's really pretty. We saw a lot of this because it almost looks black. It's very rich looking.
Yeah.
And then let's do the other two pinks. And then we have, this is rose quartz, which is a very pale pink. And then cinnabar, which is a darker, and this is really, and we sell the cinnabar a lot. And then we're going to put right there in the middle our moldavite. Isn't that pretty?
Love it.
So this is going to be the collection for June. We really haven't picked out a name yet for it because this all kind of happened yesterday, but Emily's already dyeing the colors for the minis. But when she was looking it up, what all does June mean?
Transformation.
Yep,
rejuvenation.
I feel like I'm transforming.
Yeah.
Like I look at myself sometimes and I'm like, who is this blonde, white-headed lady? And then it's also something about international.
Like it says June is like Festival of Roses.
Festival of Roses. Yeah.
So
yeah, that is the colors. I'm so excited. They're looking so good.
Really pretty.
So we kind of like was goofing off a little bit, kind of taking a break after all of our travels. But yesterday we got back in the studio. Monday we took off for Memorial Day. And I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. It was nice here. The weather was nice.
Yes.
I have to tell y'all a story. So I went on a kayaking trip this weekend, and so on this trip, I was with some friends that also did the whitewater rafting trip last year. So much fun. They are just the best group of people. Just so much fun. I mean, everybody's helping each other. It's just like it's fun. Yeah. But we were supposed to camp out and all this, and so I haven't told Emily the story at all. But anyway, we got in the water and got in the boat. We were really kind of dreading it because it was kind of hot. But the hottest part really was our loading the boats in the water and stuff because we were just, working and right underneath the sun, it felt like. But we get in the water and take off. Oh my gosh, it felt amazing, amazing. And so when you're camping, you pack all of your camping gear and everything, your food, your ice chest and everything on your kayak.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we all take off, and there was a group of about 20 of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there was different groups that were going, and so like I had my group, and that was the same group I did the whitewater rafting with. So anyway, we take off, and we're like just having a really good time. And so this is like a river, and it's very shallow. I mean, at some places it might have been a foot deep, some places 3 feet deep, and then there was very few places that was like 5 feet deep.
Okay.
So it was varied throughout. But anyway, we start coming, and then the water's getting really shallow, and there's rocks, there's rapids, water is moving very fast, and I'm like panicking just a little bit, and I'm like, oh, Judy, don't tip over, don't, But anyway, I'm going. We hit the first little rapid, get through it. Hit the second little rapid, we get through it. And it's fun, but it's a little like anxiety, like,
right.
And of course, I'm in the water with experience, like when guys been paddling for 30 years,
Okay.
And this boat that I'm in, I actually bought it last summer. And I've only been in it a couple of times. And the boat is not a mule horse, meaning it's not meant to be packing a lot of stuff. It's meant for speed. It's meant for racing, and it's very like narrow.
Oh.
So anyway, y'all know where I'm going with this, right? So anyway, hit the next rapid. And sometimes, I mean, when I say there's like a little drop off, there's like these rocks and water is spilling over it. And there might be like this much of a drop off.
Okay.
From the rocks. And then there's like a little waterfall.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you've got to hit it just right to get over. And anyway, I'm the last one coming to this little rapid thing, and everybody else has gotten over. Well, I hit it, and I probably didn't hit it right. I wasn't paddling fast enough. I don't know, but I tipped over.
Oh gosh.
I went to the right. And I'm like, oh no, and so I tip over, and I actually have like a little bruise right here. So I guess I hit some rocks. What? Just right there. I tip over, I come right out of my boat, I grab my boat. The water was like knee deep, not bad at all. So now my boat is full of water. So I'm trying to upright my boat. You got to get all of the water out of it. And there's these pumps that you can get to pump your water out.
Oh.
And I went shopping trying to find one. Well, you can't find one locally. And I mean,
you just have to order it.
Yeah. But I did go and buy like a sponge that you can use. Oh. Well, that was not working very good. And I was, standing there, I mean, exhausted already because the water's moving very swiftly. I'm trying to hold on to my boat. My paddle got loose, and I heard someone from my group say, I got your paddle. And I look up, and I'm like, Camille. And she's like, I'm coming. And so anyway, she gets there, and she has a pump. She's helping me pump the water out.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to hold the boat up. And I'm just exhausted because I am like fighting the water, trying to hold the boat up before they can get to me, because they've went downstream. Now they have to turn and go upstream to get to me. So behind me, strapped down to my boat is my ice chest. My ice chest is heavy.
Oh, okay. It didn't come open.
No, it didn't. But it keeps wanting to tip my boat over.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to get the water out. I'm holding onto my boat. One of the other guys comes, and he takes the pump from Camille, and he's helping get the water out. Finally, we got all the water out. And then they're like, we got to get that ice chest off her boat. because that's what made me tip over.
Oh,
I didn't know it,
okay.
but when I hit that little, it kind of wanted to make sure boat do this. Well, because I was kind of like heavy,
So if you had taken your other boat,
I probably would have been fine.
okay.
I do have 2 more boats that I bought last fall
Mm-hmm.
that were wider, and it probably would have been fine.
Like that brown one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, they take my my ice chest off, and one of the guys, he had a bigger boat like one of those, and he put it on his, and I was like, thank you. And so I get back in the water, but I've fallen and I just want to give up.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how we're going to float for 18 miles. And I'm like, this is how this whole trip is going to be. I'm like, I just want to go home. And I didn't say that to anybody.
Right.
Just in my mind, I'm like, this is not going to be a fun trip. I just want to give up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go home. I'm like, I should have brought my other boat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Judy, you can't just
You
sit
can't
here.
just, yeah, you can't. No.
I got to keep going. I
Mhm.
got to push forward. I got to go. They're like, are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm huffing and I'm puffing. And they're like, finally when they get my boat, all the water out, and we go, and they're like, have done banked on the side, because the river is maybe 20 yards wide,
Mm-hmm.
30 yards wide at some places, not very wide at all. So they're like, rest, take a minute. So we're sitting there, I get some water, and the guy that takes my ice chest, he was like, I'm gonna take your ice chest. And I'm like, okay, can I get some water out of the ice chest first?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure. So I get some water, and I had already had some waters in my boat that I had already drank, and one of them kind of escaped.
Okay.
It floated out of my boat, and one of the other girls tried to catch it, and she didn't. So anyway, I'm like, okay, y'all. And they're like, are you good? And I'm like, I'm good. So we get in the boat and we take off again. And when you're floating, you can hear the rapids coming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, I just have this anxiety.
But now you don't have the ice chest.
But now I don't have the ice chest.
Okay.
But I still have this anxiety, like, I don't want to crash again. I don't want to do this again. And then like all day long, this is happening. So anyway, I'm watching, everybody else hit these like rapids and these little small cliffs, and they're going. And I'm like, okay, here I go, and I'm paddling, and the water's not very deep. But anyway, I go and I hit it, and I'm like, oh, thank God I made it, And then I get to the next one, and I'm like, oh, thank God I made it,
Yeah.
And we keep going, and I'm watching them, and I'm getting a little bit more confidence. But when the morning started, I started talking to them about love language, like what y'all's love languages and stuff. And a couple of them had never heard of it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, my love language is quality time, which I was doing, good quality time with friends. And then words of affirmation, where somebody is like, good job or whatever, So anyway, as we, keep going throughout the day, one of the other guys was like, wow, you were doing so good. Like you, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And he was like, your confidence is growing. You are really hitting it and attacking each one. I was like, oh, thanks, and so when you hit it, you got to be watching the water, and there's rocks coming up out of the water everywhere. There's logs. And I'm like, oh, please just, but I kept hitting every one of them and, sailing them. But I learned you had to really power, like you couldn't just like.
You can't be timid.
No, you couldn't just paddle up to it just softly. You had to be like, going and really so you could sail over. Yeah. And then have some momentum going. And sometimes you get stuck on a rock.
Okay.
And you're stuck. And so then you're having to take your body and make your boat rock forward, and the water would get underneath it and lift it up and push it. So I was learning. I was doing better and better. And And so anyway, we finally made it. I think we may have floated like 8 or 9 miles. Hey, good morning, Michelle. I think we may have floated or paddled 8 or 9 miles. And then we got to camp, which was a sandy beach. We pitched our tents, we cooked, had just a great time. But it was so funny because I had started talking about love language the whole day. Everybody was like doing things for each other or saying things, and they were like, "Oh, that's my love language." And I was like, it was kind of became a running joke, you know.
Yeah.
And then when we were, putting up our tents and camping and stuff, we had such a great fun time. And there was about 20 of us that was all camping out on the beach. And so we got up the next morning, had breakfast, got back in the water, took off again. And it was just fun. But Camille, I think she had told me later the first day that evening, she was like, "Man, you are really doing good." She was like, "I see you using your body more."
Oh, good.
And so when you would go into a place that your boat wants to turn this way, I was pulling this way so I wouldn't spill over. But and then the next day we, because some of the pass through the water was so narrow, one person would go first.
Okay.
And make sure that they made it through.
Right.
And then a second person would go, and then a third person would go. And so I was never first because I wasn't for sure, because the water, you would think that it would be a good, and then whoever would go first, they would get stuck. And they're like, "Don't go this way." And so then the next person. And so anyway, we were a little bit further down the stream, and this was the second day. When Guy was going first, and I was kind of behind him, because sometimes these little rapids or these low spots would sneak up on you, and you're like right there. You got to go for it. So anyway, he went, and so I was watching him, and then so I started coming in behind him, and he got stuck. And I'm like, and I was right behind him. And then I went this way and I got stuck. Well, then everybody started piling up. I mean, it was like we were all like dog piling. I was like, oh no. So anyway, I I don't know what I did. I had like superhuman strength or something. And I started like paddling, and I got out. I was the first one to get out.
Oh, nice.
And sometimes we would go over these like little drop-offs and stuff, and everybody like, woo, like I made it. And so when I got out of that one, I was like, woo, they were like, look at Judy. So it was so fun. But we were in like a little group text building up to the trip, like what everybody was bringing and stuff. And then afterwards, after we like started heading home, they were like, "I had so much fun, da 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 da." And then somebody put in the group message, "Judy wins most improved award."
Oh, nice!
I was like, yay! But I thought about it, and the thing that you have to learn from when you're into something like that, like I wanted to give up. I was just like, I just want to go home. Could I go home? No. I had to keep pressing forward. I had to keep pushing forward, and I had to overcome my fear.
Yeah.
I had to just push forward. And that's what I did. And my confidence started building and building and building. And every little mountain or valley that we are in, whatever's going on, we have to keep pushing forward. And so it was so good for my soul. It was so good for just to be out with nature, no hustle and bustle of work or whatever. So it was good. It was fun. So many first for this trip.
Yeah.
It was so funny though. Everybody was like, "You want to sell your boat? I'll give you $20." Because I was so mad at that boat for dumping me. But I didn't lose anything. My phone was in my pocket, which is waterproof. And Camille was like, "Where's your phone? Where's your phone?" I was like, "It's in my pocket." I was exhausted. Now, she got stuck later on. I never got stuck again. she got stuck later on, and she had to get out and drag her boat out of where she was stuck. And she was like,
wow.
I am so exhausted. I mean, when that water is pushing
Oh
against
yeah, I
you.
can only imagine.
Yeah. So it was fun. So don't give up. Keep pushing forward. You just have to overcome your fear.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. I get to go whitewater rafting again with this group in another month.
I know.
I'm excited. I did that last year. That's a blast. That's definitely an adrenaline rush. Whew. You wouldn't do it?
I don't know, maybe, but
it was fun. Okay, back to knitting. I just had to tell that story. I was looking on Instagram this past week, and I came across this new pattern. It is called the Luminous Tee. There it is. It is a cute little sweater. So you have a main color, and I printed this just in black and white so you can't see. But right here is a variegated that's worked in with your main color. Let me see if there is another. Are you pulling it up?
yeah, let me see.
Anyway, the designer is Yamagara. I guess that's how you say it. Yamagara. It is so cute. I love it. And so it has like this little design element where you're knitting on the main color. And then after you're finished with it, you come back and you chain stitch a crochet in between these two garter ridges. And that is what is right there. I think Emily is trying to get it pulled up.
That's a good picture right there. Or do you want me to just use this one?
Yeah, that one's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so here's that.
And so you see like that one little stitch right there, that's actually like a crochet chain stitch that you do on top of the sweater.
Very cool.
I think I'm gonna knit this. It is so cute. I'm
really
hot natured, and I
look how they did that.
Yeah. One. And so they used 2 solids in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the pattern was just released May 10th.
That's very cute.
So you would need for your main color, the first size, I think you need 1 skein, but then after that you would need 2 skeins. And then your contrasting, you just need 1 skein. So 3 of fingering. And we have a lot of variegated and we have a lot of solids. So this would work really well with the sweater. So I'm just going to make this in my spare time.
That'll be cool. Yeah. Very nice.
Also, I want to say that, and this is, I do want to try to have this made because we are going to be doing the Flock Fiber Festival in Seattle this past weekend. They started their make-along tees, summer tees or tanks. And so this would be perfect for this. So I am going to try to have it made before then.
Very nice.
It looks pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's just garter.
I know. Yep.
So I'm going to try to have this made.
Very cute.
So how is your knitting coming?
Well, I'm almost done. It's still the same, Am I doing the right side though? But I'm getting these butterflies done up at the top.
So cute. I love it. Yeah. And that is the Floral Doodle by Jamie Lomax.
I'm using the Fuzzy Peach Minis.
Yes.
And my main color is Chocolate Opal. So, and it's using quite a lot of the minis. So I like that.
Yeah.
Having a lot left over. I'm not even going to show you the pink because you might get nervous.
Oh no, you're almost out. I saw that she's come out with a new a new pattern. It's called the Summer Doodle. Did you see that
no,
one?
I didn't.
Yeah.
So.
And so I am working on a new design. I am also still trying to finish my Brioche-licious, and I've kind of put on the back burner my flamingo, but I will be picking it back up. I've just been kind of busy.
Yeah. Because
we have a brand new product, and I had all intentions of getting this put on the website this morning, but I didn't. So we are now making these bags. This says Yarn Goddess. We had these bags for what?
This and that?
No. I don't remember.
It was the Advent, wasn't it?
Was it the Advent? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Advent box.
It was the Advent, yeah.
Okay, so this canvas is very thick. Very thick. It has a zipper, a really nice heavy duty zipper. This will hold a lot of yarn, like sweater quantity, and then some.
I know. Yeah, I see you have sweater quantity in here.
You do? I do, don't you? Yeah. So if you can see, there is a lot of yarn in this bag.
And a lot of space still.
There is 2, 4, 6, 7 skeins in this bag. Oops. And as you can see, there's a lot of space.
Yes.
So these all have been paint splattered. Some more than others. This one's really cool.
Yarn is the answer.
Go in closer. You can see the paint splatters.
Oh yeah, look on the back. Look at that.
And then that one is a little bit different. So we have a whole bunch of these that I have been working on.
Very cute.
And that one says Life's a Stitch.
Yes.
And this one says A Yarn Goddess. So we have a whole bunch of these. We will be taking them with us to Estes Park, Colorado. We have a few more that we're going to be monogramming and bringing with us. And so we made some of these for Advent, and I've been using one of these personally.
And I have too.
I love it.
I know. I do. It holds a lot.
It holds a lot. And its fabric is good that you can put like your little pins and stuff like that.
They're very nice.
So these will be going on the website before we leave, and I might get them on there today. I'm not for sure. They are going to be for sale for $27. And so if you want to order one, you can get it shipped, now. And so we have a whole bunch of these already paint splattered and so forth. If there is a certain saying, or if you want just something specially monogrammed on it, I am going to have that option on the website. And so there will be so many letters that will come with the bag. But if you want something extra, or if you want something on both sides, we can write that out. So just let me know. But I will have that option on the website to do that. That'll be really fun. Or if you wanted it like in a certain color.
Yeah.
So I really like this one with all the red
too.
Splattered on it.
They look so cute.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else is going on?
Not much. I'm just waiting on baby.
Yay.
Yeah, she's really poking out there. She's big.
Yeah.
Just her belly. I need to be because she might be watching.
Just her belly, and she is just all belly.
It's just all belly.
Yeah.
So I'll have to show you. I forgot. She got her maternity pictures. I have them on my phone.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, we leave next week. We will be headed to Estes Park, Colorado, and we will be vending there. We get home, and then in a week, I will be headed to Mexico, Orizaba, Mexico. I'm going to be doing mission work down there, and I'm so excited. And this week, it's really kind of came. I don't know, like I've been very emotional or not emotional. I don't even know what the word is. And my thoughts
Okay.
about this
Yeah.
trip. Because I don't know if you saw on the news, there was two young people that were killed in Haiti. And they did mission work. And the mission work that they were working with was family, was in the family and had been there for like 20 years. But there was like a school where they were teaching kids and just like doing really great mission work. But Haiti has been under attack by gangs and everything for like the last several months. And they were killed. But they were doing so much good work. And I didn't know anything about them until the story came up. And, and I was saying in Knit Night last night, it's unfortunate for people that were not lucky enough to be born in the United States. We were lucky to be born in the United States, and we don't have to deal with all of this. But these kids, these people that live in Haiti or Mexico or wherever, that's where they were born, and they have to deal with all of this uproar wherever, it's going on all over the United States. I mean, not United States, all over the world. But so our church is doing a mission trip to Mexico. This will be our third year to do it. And I've not went in the past, but I've wanted to. And this year I'm like, I want to go. And so we're going to be working with two churches, and there's like a little community there. And the ladies that live there, there's not jobs for them. They're not able to work. And so one thing that I was told that they do is they do different craft kind of things and sell them to make money. And so I know how to knit. And I was like, how about I teach these ladies how to knit so they can make things and sell them. So that's what I'm going to do. There's several other ladies within my church that do know how to knit, and they're also going. So I'm going to teach them how to knit. I'm so excited. I don't know if I can do this or not.
You can do it.
So I am asking y'all to help me out a little bit. And if you have some yarn that you have at home that you're not ever going to use, acrylic, whatever, I don't care, as long as it's in its original state and it's clean. If you would like to ship it to me, I will bring it with me to Mexico. If you have knitting needles that, you're never going to use again because you bought like a newer, better set and you don't need these needles, you can also ship those to me. My address is on the website, or you can message me for the address. Also, I'm doing a little fundraiser. There is a GoFundMe link. It's on our website. It's up at the top. If you go to the menu, you can click and it'll say 2024 mission. And you can donate there. And what I'll be doing is buying knitting needles, notions, yarn for these moms that have children, and they need to be able to provide for their kids. So I'm really excited, and I hope that I'm able to connect with them through the yarn. I mean, I love, even when you teach somebody how to knit and the joy that's on their face, and when they're able to make a garment and give it to somebody else, or so I'm really excited. I will be leaving June 18th for this trip, headed down to Mexico, and I'll be there for almost a week. I'm really excited, and I've been told, to be able to experience, it will really make you humble. And, I was saying last night, we take for granted our freedom. Our freedom that we're able to just go and do whatever, whenever. But the people living in other countries don't have that freedom. I'm a little scared, especially when you see what's happened into Haiti and other places, but I think I'm going to be safe. I think, the people I'm traveling with, everything is good. So keep me in your prayers. And, that's June 18th to the 24th. But then also, if you can help or send yarn, whatever, however you can help, I will greatly appreciate it. I think that's it.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Also, don't forget, we have our Advent, which is 12 days in the life of a yarn goddess.
Yes.
And then our Halloween box, which is, it's a yarn goddess's bag of tricks. You can find both of those boxes on our website. They will, at some point, not in June, but in July, after I get back from the whitewater rafting trip, after the baby is born, we will start putting together these boxes because we have a very busy fall. So sometime around the end of June, the 1st of July, we are going to cut off sales for both of those. So make sure. We love our box sets.
We do. Yes.
We have so much fun. We've been really coming up with some great ideas to throw in there. So make sure that you get your box. All right. I think that's it.
I think so.
And somebody asked on Instagram last weekend if we were a vendor for DFW. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
They have not added that to the website yet, but I think they will be.
Okay.
I also saw last night on Instagram that SoCal, which is the show in Pomona, California, that we did last fall and had a great show, they have now closed vendor spaces. They are full.
Oh, wow.
And Nancy Bates of Knitting the National Parks, she had emailed us back in March and said, hey, I know you ladies had a triple booth last year. Do you still want one? And I said, yes. And she was like, go in and, and pay for it. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. I didn't do it.
Oh.
So when I saw the Instagram post yesterday, I was like, oh no. I was like, I better go do that right now. And so I went and found the link that she had emailed me and went and clicked and paid it.
Okay.
And then last night, after we got off of knit night, I had gotten an email from Nancy and she said, hey, did you still want to do this triple booth? And I was like, I'm one step ahead of you. Already paid it. And she was like, oh, okay, good. But I was like, oh no, because our booth was
packed last year.
It was packed. And we're bringing a third person to help us with the booth this year. Margie's coming
with us.
So, all right. Well, we're going to get back to busy dyeing yarn. I got some orders to ship out, and
minis. The minis are dyed. We got to dye some yak.
We do have to dye some yak. All of this beautiful yarn here behind us.
I know.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in today and watching us. We hope you have a great week. I'm not for sure when we will go live next week. It probably will be Tuesday morning, maybe.
Yeah, let's try to do Tuesday morning.
Because Wednesday we will be
on the road.
On the road, headed back to Colorado. I'm so excited.
I know, we get to go into the park.
We do. We got an annual pass when we were at Yellowstone last year, and so we are going into the park of the Rocky Mountains, and the entrance is right
there.
Right there.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful place. If you've never been to Estes Park, I would say go. it is gorgeous.
It is.
Even at this time of the year, there was still snow on the mountains when we were there last year. And it was a little cold last year in the mornings, but then it would kind of warm up and stuff. I think this year it's supposed to be in the 70s. I don't remember it being getting that warm. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know that it was cold. I remember it being a little chilly. So we're excited. And if you're like, hey, I'm doing nothing that week.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Come see us.
Yeah. All right. It's kind of like I keep saying, oh, we're going to go. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
One more thing.
One more thing. One more row.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.